that I've never done before. I am going to stream on both channels at one time. You say, how are you going to do that? Well, here, I'm not Bobby Durkins. I'm Brian Knight. But over here on this computer, I'm going to be Bobby Durkins, my friends. So you can see how it happens. I have my TV set up behind here. I don't know how long I'm going to stream tonight, especially if Georgia really takes off. I'm pulling for TCU. I believe Georgia's going to win this sucker. But I'm not going to. I don't know if I'm going to stream on. That's according to how everything goes. How I feel. Here we go. Oh, they get John Williams to do the music for this. This is incredible. The great John Williams. By the way, if you don't know who he is, he's like one of the biggest composers in the world for TV. So if you've ever heard the music to Star Wars and Jaws and Indiana Jones and Home Alone and stuff like that, was all John Williams. All right, here's Bobby Durkins. We're going live here. Hey, Mary! Mary, how you doing? Bobby Durkins here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me for the uh, live stream of the Georgia Bulldogs and the Deformed Frogs of Texas Christian. Now tonight's a different format. Right here, I'm Bobby Durkins, the one, the only, the poster child for who mamas want their boys to grow up to be. But over here, I'm that weirdo not Bobby Durkins. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, don't think I lost my mind. Know it. I have lost my mind. So I'm gonna be over here as not Bobby Durkins, and right here I'm gonna be here as Bobby Durkins. You got me? Now I'm gonna tell you right now, if Georgia starts wetting their drawers, or if Georgia if they're over here, Georgia is tearing up TCU. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I ain't gonna sit here and stream all night. Y'all don't forget that. All right, y'all lucky I'm here with Georgia playing in it. So take what you can. That's right, Will Jones. It's hard to lose it if you ain't never had it. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna go over here. Chase Henderson just showed up. What in the actual crap's going on? Are you drinking the cat bathwater juice again? That's what's happening. I told them to clearly mark whatever it is that they've been putting liquids in as, cleaner and all that bunch of stuff. All right. I'm having to wear this because it doesn't work over here. Yes, you got me. Over here. Or better yet, yes, you got me. Over here. Now my TV's over here. All right. I'm over here watching this game. YouTube gods won't let me show it to you. I could, but By the way, if you like what I've been doing, go to some of my other videos. Click on that link where you can support the channel. I know a lot of people does that. Now let's tell you, I ain't showing you my feet. I ain't gonna take my clothes off. I'm not gonna show you what the Lord gave me. I'm just gonna do whatever I gotta do. But I ain't doing that. So that's normally what it's like. Me and Bobby Durkins. All right, so they're showing SoFi Stadium. I actually have some friends from church out there. Um, they're massive Georgia Bulldog fans, so I'll talk to both. I guess you can deal with it, can't you? Huh? Huh? I ain't asking too much of you to, I don't know, to figure out what is what. People are stupid. I have to agree with them. People are stupid. But I actually have some good friends from church who graduated from Georgia, and he told me, I won't say his name just in case he doesn't want me to, but he um he told me at church a couple of weeks ago. He said when Georgia won it last year, he looked up where the national championship was going to be the next season, and that night he immediately booked hotel rooms, and so he is he was right. I mean, he was right. He was at the game against Ohio State the other night. So they traveled. They were at the Rose Bowl when Sonny Michel ran the ball in what, triple overtime against um, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's crazy. This screen is sideways. Hey, what you looking at? I'm looking forward to Lee Corso saying the F word again. Shh, that'll be great. So I was in Chick-fil-A tonight. I had my nephew and my youngest son, and my nephew's 10. My youngest son is 7. Bobby Durkins Jr. Jr. Beautiful, beautiful young man. Wonderful. Gets all of his good looks from me. Um, and this guy, he's a retired man, just works at uh yes, Parker, me, myself, and Irene. Yes, this is very weird for me tonight. I don't know how much I can keep it up. I don't know how much I can do this. Oh, they're showing Stetson Bennett here. Yeah, in his 45th year of being the quarterback at the University of Georgia. Good luck. Hope your wife and grandkids is happy to see you out there. I couldn't pass that up. But no, I was in um, Big Red asked who do I have in this game? Who who do I want to win the game? I want TCU to win the game. Um, Unless they were playing Clemson, I'd want TCU to beat about anybody tonight. They've got a great story and so on. But to answer your question, I want TCU to win this game, but I really believe that Ohio State woke up Georgia, and unless Max Duggan has one of the greatest games in sports, I would say in sports, it is possible, but the rarity of it is why we see it as a miracle. It basically is a miracle. I think Georgia's going to win this game by 2 touchdowns. So, it, as I said, I mean, I hope it's not that way. But and by the way, why do we keep having games, college football games, in Los Angeles, in California? Nobody cares about it. Out there. They don't care about it. You can ask Chase and Parker Henderson, who's on here, when they went to San Francisco to see Clemson when they beat Alabama 44-16. They were talking about how it was just like nobody even knew what was going on. Nobody cares about college football out there. That's what happens when you go there to Northern California and all they care about out there is burning down a bunch of good families, crapping on the street, handing out a bunch of needles. They don't care about football. It's too manly for them. Somebody might actually get hurt. Sometimes I do use him to say some stuff that I mean. Trust me. It's fun. Chase Henderson says. Chase Henderson says that TCU's going to win. I hope they're going to win. Dear Lord. Virginia Capital Coasters. It's good to see you. Says long time no see, Bobby. This is hilarious. This is no laughing matter. By the way, Capital Coasters. Does that mean that you could get me some free tickets to, I don't know, a worthwhile, non-sketchy theme park? I've never asked you that. Like take youngins up there. We got Dale in here. It's good to see you, Dale. Parker Anderson says this is the real crusade. Hold on, Bobby's got to do something here. So, Virginia Capital Coasters, you're telling me that you have that name, all right? But you can't get me any hookups with a potential theme park. Well, that's some bullcrap. I'm going to have to tell you. I say that with Christian love. All right? But that just bothers me. Big Red says Bobby Durkins is a national treasure. I will have to agree. A lot of people ask me, where did you get Bobby Durkins? And I'm going to tell you where I got Bobby. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to stop this. Who cares? Somebody's about to sing the national anthem. And is it going to be a really good singer, or is this somebody that is going to be terrible? Okay, this is a Durkins comment, but I'm going to make it on this, not Bobby Durkins, but y'all can hear me here. Most likely, if it's a female vocalist who the majority of their fame has been, majority of their fame was built off of what they look like and they can't sing that well, this will be YouTube gold. That's right. If you got to take your clothes off because you can't sing, don't sing the national anthem. That's in the Bible. Yeah, those two young men having to play the snare roll. Oh, it's the pentatonics. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Pentatonics can sing. Hold on one second. Hey, listen to me. They might be able to sing and stuff, but I'm gonna tell you this: after about a verse in the chorus of proving that they can do all those weird stuff with their mouth, I ain't in for a whole concert. And Lord, have you seen the ticket prices? It's like being circumcised by a rusty old tin top by a shaky-handed priest. It's terrible. I have my wife. She made dinner tonight, so it's kind of a late dinner. So I'll go downstairs and pick that up. You want to know where the guitar is at? It's sitting right back here ready to serenade the world. Unlike these bunch of losers. Parker Henderson just said that they just showed the poor signer for for the deaf people. They said I only showed her for like three seconds, and said poor deaf people. Now this is time for Durkins to kick in. Hey, listen. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now that I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now that I don't think that in the signing world, where they're doing their fingers to talk to people who can't hear, I ain't making fun of them. I ain't making fun of them. Just because you laughed a little bit does not mean that I mean it funny. I don't appreciate. Are you making fun of my culture? Do you need some more diversity, equity, inclusivity training? Anyway, I don't think that those people who do sign language that they have motions and signals and signs and stuff, or I could be wrong. Kirby Smart coming out. His team's about to come out. There's Quentin Johnson in the front. By the way, Quentin Johnson does remind me a lot of New Hopkins. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to be able to keep this up all throughout the evening. Bucks fan says, "How can I watch the game for free?" I will tell you that you can. That there's a lot of people who's streaming this on YouTube right now. There's a lot of people. I almost did it kind of in the background to where you could actually see it and me talking about it, but I've done that for a few like other games, but you know. Yes, Dale. Kirby Smart looks like one of the Baldwin brothers. I bet when the gun's in his hand, it doesn't go off and accidentally kill someone, and then he turns around and says it wasn't his fault. Go figure. It's fun being Durkins. I cannot put into words how much fun it is being Bobby Durkins, and I can't tell you how much fun it is when people believes that Bobby Durkins is real. What are you talking about? Lord, I'm Social Security card insured. I pay taxes. See what YouTube takes from me. Dear Lord Almighty. Wet my drawers sometimes. And I see that they're sending it to, you know, Doo Doo Brownville. I don't know. Is that LaDainian Tomlinson dressed as a flipping cowboy? Yeah, I think that is in Matthew. There's Matthew Stafford. Yeah, 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 playing in his home field. Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson. This referee right here, this white hat, he reminds me of the principal on The Simpsons. Tell me he doesn't. Lord, he's a dead ringer. Amon asked me, can we mix in some Clemson talk during this blowout? Yes. Yes, we can. And I don't, and I, to answer your other question just a second ago, Amon, I'm just going to tell you right now. If this becomes a blowout, most likely it will. I'm pulling for TCU. Most likely it will. Have to be realistic. I will probably go. Cooper Floyd says, where can I watch the game for free? It's all over YouTube, Cooper. And I'd like for you to stay here and listen to some bullcrap I say, but I'm telling you, it's everywhere. You can just type in Georgia TCU and you can find it live. Check your local listings. Kickoff is right now, Cooper. It's right now. They took Molly McGrath. She's over there talking to that Dykes guy, and he's talking right now. I like him because when they made a dumb mistake this year, uh, and asked him if he should have made a better decision, he said, "You know what? We should have. Had that been, Dabo would have looked at everybody and went, we won 11 games this year. We've won more games than most people have in the past, and he wouldn't got an answer." I really do mean that, by the way. That that really impressed me by Sonny Dykes. That. And by the way, for anybody who's joining me, real quick, not Bobby Durkins is over here. Not Bobby Durkins channel. If you are not subscribed to me or that loser, not Bobby Durkins, do it now. It's free, you bunch of cheapskates. My lord, you're probably the type that goes through your lint trap in your dryer, trying to figure out how much money you might have scrounged up in there. Or maybe you go out and you get all excited when you vacuum out your car with your shop vac and you hear a little jingle jangle. Find that money, you're all happy, forgetting you're the idiot who dropped it in there. I did think about that the other day. That in fact, whew, spurt. Okay, TCU gets ball first, takes a knee. That's smart. Clemson Tiger fan. Hey, Clemson Tiger fan, how's it going, buddy? Said you subbed. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, so the Henderson sisters has done something quite interesting, and I know that they're doing this first of all for fun. Second of all, because they're hilarious like that. And third of all, the real reason is to try to confuse me. Now, of course, I've already said I will probably talk like Bobby to this screen, and you know, or not Bobby. See, you messed me up already. So Chase is in this screen. Look at that false start right off the bat. So Chase is over here in this comment section. Parker's in this comment section. For everybody who's just joining, once again, I have my not Bobby Durkin's channel here, and I have my Bobby Durkin's channel here. Is that a problem? Y'all gonna confiscate some of my equipment? Y'all gonna demonetize me? Huh? Well, ask me if I got the, in the arm last year. Butt heads. TCU snaps the ball after the first. Oh, he's got time. He's got time. He was in the pocket. Ah, he overthrew. He overthrew the wide receiver. He did have to scramble, but he had time. Duggins on that first down, now it's second down and 15. Duggins rolled out to his right. The leading rusher, by the way, Kendre Miller for TCU, he is not playing tonight. Georgia's playing up close to the line. They don't respect the long pass. Just try to get some quick yardage. TCU throws a quick pass out to the left and got probably 3 yards, if that. Dale over here on this channel is saying, I hate wide receiver screens. Well, as much as Clemson has seen them, you probably have nightmares about them. Probably like when Rob Spence was there, you had nightmares of bubble screens. We're back there, by the way. I know the whole idea about, getting the ball back out into play, to your playmakers, but it's ridiculous. Duggins is back, throws a pass. Oh, man. Incomplete. It's 4th and 12. TCU's going to have to punt. Only took about 55 seconds off. He forced that one. I don't know if that was on the receiver breaking out towards the sideline or whether that was on Duggins. I don't know. Rob Spence, the bad scientist. He wasn't much of a scientist after all. Let me tell you right now, okay? When you tell me that you have 1,500 plays in the playbook and your team hadn't even learned half of them and they all look the same, I think somebody's been playing you. Georgia just punted the ball. They punted the ball. Or not Georgia. TCU punted the ball. Georgia's got great field position, by the way. It's interesting, and I mean this. I really, really mean this. Okay, Georgia have 3 wide receivers out to the left, nobody at the top. They have a false start. Wow. Okay, so TCU, for anybody who's just now joining, TCU, their first play, first down, had a false start. Georgia gets the ball, the reigning national champions, and false starts as well. Kenny McIntosh, Mitchell, McConkey, everybody knows Bowers. I'm playing for them. Now they're going with a totally different set. Hand the ball off. And picked up about 7 yards. And this is what's interesting right here. TCU runs a 3-4. And Todd Monken did exactly what I said he was going to do. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I've got a good running game and I'm going up against 3-4 defense, there better be the best of the best on the other side to stop me from running the ball, because I'm gonna run the ball and you can go ahead and just take that to the bank, bunch of losers. Empty set back. He has more time than he could ever want. Completes it to Bowers down to the 34-yard line, and what a strike he threw. Wow. Yep, three down linemen, and three linebackers, five secondary members, and just like that. For me, Brock Bowers, you know he's going to get the ball. You can't be shocked when Brock Bowers gets the ball. They're going long again. No, he tosses it up under. There is a flag. Georgia is okay. So Georgia got about a 9-yard gain. Well, where they're spotting him almost first down, but there is a flag on the play. They're going to sort this out. They went with a no back set, shotgun formation, empty. Gave him a safety. Now let's see. Illegal shift on Georgia. Okay, this is stuff that if you're TCU, you got to take advantage of. But if right now, if I'm Georgia, I'm running the football. I don't care if it's 1st and 15. I'm running the football. Use a brain. Tossed it. Look at that. Bowers. Bowers. Listen to me. Just because Bowers is lined up like he is going to block, grow a brain and put somebody on him. And make sure they're good, too. Wow. What a play call. Clemson fans, and for anybody who doesn't know me, somehow doesn't know me, for Clemson fans, that's what a good offensive coordinator looks like. They scheme. They use the players. And if the players are okay, they scheme for that too. Run out to the left. McIntosh got a first down again. Is that McIntosh? Milton, sorry. Let me tell you right now, they're just going to run it down the throat, and everybody knows they can't stop it. I mean, it's just like looking at a toddler and telling them, listen, don't you stick your thumb up your butt and put it in your mouth. You're going to get sick. And they look at you and go, you understand it's nasty. That's why poo-poo comes out. Poo-poo's nasty. Idiots. Look at that. Touchdown, Georgia. Touchdown, Georgia. Sad. I hope Clemson's watching this. I hope Clemson, not the Clemson players. Clemson players don't deserve that. What's going on at Clemson is not Clemson players' fault. It's the guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Who is being paid a lot of money to not develop the players. They're not scheming. They're not game planning. And the sad thing about it is that Sweeney could fire. I mean, Sweeney could fire his entire offensive staff, and probably within the next business day have the best offensive staff in the country. But he will not do it. And this right here, watching Georgia use what they have. Now, do I think Stetson Bennett's going to do well in the NFL? No, I don't. I really don't. I think he's a good college quarterback. He'll probably come out and have some good plays in maybe a preseason game. Maybe he fills in a couple of games, does well, and I think, oh man, he's going to take over. And they were good in college, but it's a different game. But he'll always be taken care of by the University of Georgia. Yeah, you can take care of that. I mean, so his check is in the bank. I mean, it's done. He's in good shape. But but I'm blown away how Georgia is they use the talent that they have, which they have a ton of talent. I'm not gonna take that, but they don't get lazy on their talent. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's not like they're, oh, we have a bunch of talent. Well, we really don't have to try that hard. That is what's happening in Clemson, South Carolina. And by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, um, Clemson is, after watching the post game. Hold on one second. Bobby Durkin's channel is bigger and more uncomfortable. Not Bert. Bobby Durkin's is smaller and lit. That is hilarious. Um, but after seeing the post game, and I had a good friend of mine. I talked to a really good friend of mine today who's massive Clemson fan. I mean, he is just like huge Clemson fan. Uh, and he told me, he was like, "Well, I watched the press conference and I agree with you." He's like, "But you've got to know um, that he knows there's something wrong, but he's not going to tell everybody that he knows there's a problem and he's got to address it." And the thing is I don't think that he sees that there's a problem. I think that he believes that it's just people are playing up and his players are just having difficulties and everything. He just does not want to look at. He's got poor offensive coaching and player development is non-existent on the offensive side of the ball. But you watch Georgia. Georgia's doing a great job. Hey, snapping over here and yelling as a drunk alter ego. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Can you hear me? A drunk alter ego? I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate when people think I'm drunk when I'm perfectly sober at 10 a.m. in the morning. That's fair, ha ha. It's like he has Tourette's. Ha ha. Tourette's! How I look over here? It has to look funny. I'll have to go back and watch it on this channel. All right. Here's how TCU wins this ball game or plays. Okay, they've got their first drive under the belt. Okay. Got the first drive under the belt, did nothing. Okay. Georgia scored on their first drive. Um, Parker just asked a great question. If Bobby gets drunk, does Brian get drunk? The answer is no. It's odd. Very weird. Right there, they're showing Todd Monken, the OC for Georgia. Folks, um, I know that so many people puts a lot of importance on who your head coach is, but it's really who's your OC and your DC, and if they're allowed to run their side of the ball efficiently and hire who they need to hire. Clemson is evident of that. Duggan just got his head ripped off. Holy crap. Just got his head ripped off. Folks, I'm pulling for TCU, but this does not look good, and I was quite sure it was going to happen. At this rate, I won't be streaming till halftime. He needs to swing some NIL money to his offensive line and beg him to help him. And you can also thank the annoying Ohio State for this, because they were the ones who woke up Georgia. Now it's third down and long again. I even said we're gonna say worst games in this 12-team playoff. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, Dale. At this point, it does kind of look like the Clemson playbook. Georgia is going kind of like a four down offset lineman. He's got time. Through the pass, it's incomplete. 4th and 14, they're going to punt. I'm stuck with whatever this idiot wants to sip on, okay? Hold on. Hold on. What are they calling? What are they calling? There's a flag. What are they saying? Yep, they call pass interference. They call pass interference. So TCU is going to get a fresh set of downs. Hands the ball off, trying to run outside, fumbles the dang ball. I think Georgia's got it. I think Georgia's got it. Let me tell you this, TCU. Uh, wow. Wow. You know, a lot of people tells me that I don't know football. They love to come on here and, especially former players and blah 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 blah. That is totally fine. On a, if I could be wrong, but I believe in Little League they teach you that even on a reverse like that, once you get the ball secure, you run into the opposite sideline, switch the football up so if they strip it, the ball doesn't stay on the field. And that happened. Yes, they're delicious. They're dainty delectables. What do you think? Oh no, Brock Bowers got the ball. I don't know if TCU heard, but he's a good player for them. They use him a lot. I'm just blown away by it. You'll hear a team talk about one player so much, 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 and then they get in the game and just let them run wild. Brock Bowers is already, I mean, he's running wild right now. Look, there's oopsies, threw the ball to McConkey. First down. I'm serious. I'm truly thinking about going ahead and cutting it off. If they score this flipping quick, I mean, wow. That's a first down, guys. You don't need to review that. He secured the ball. He was within 5 yards of the boundary line. And the ball left the middle. TCU looks like a subpar football team right now. They look like a subpar football team. 3-4 does not work against this. 3-4 does not work against this type of running offense. It doesn't. TCU is going to need to pick it off and run it back. That's the first good play TCU has had defensively. They just knocked the ball down. It's 3rd down and 7. They hold Georgia to a field goal right now. That is like a mental victory that I can't even put into words. Lord, I don't know if any of y'all know this, but for those of you who's hanging out here, I got the not Bobby Durkin's channel right here. Got the Bobby Durkin's channel, and then right here got the game on. It's 3rd down and 7. Georgia's driving. It's a tight set with one wide receiver out to the right. They're gonna fake the handoff and hit Bowers. You watch it. You watch it. You watch it. Oh, they didn't hit Bowers. They did stop them though. Is Georgia going to go for it? Huh? Georgia's probably going to go for it and get it. A touchdown. If I'm Georgia, I go for this. TCU can't stop them. That was a fantastic tackle. Georgia is going for a field goal. Oh, I don't believe this is real for nothing. I mean, Stetson Bennett's the holder. He's always the holder. I would fake the crap out of this. He made it. I would have went for that if I was Georgia. To me, it was almost like they threw a lifeline and some hope out to TCU. Wow. Well, There's a crazy Taco Bell commercial on right now. So anyway, well, folks, I'm going to tell you this, and I know I'm on both channels. Uh, I'm on both channels right now, and I'm talking to both screens as myself. I can deal with it, okay? It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I can burn this sucker down. I got matches. I got gasoline. I got, there's more people here than there is that not Bobby character. I despise that Joker. I got the Henderson sisters here. Okay, Parker Henderson. TCU needs Dabo to give a halftime speech. Guys, we won 13 games. If you want to, just play somewhere else. Yeah, that's the new motto at Clemson. If you don't like it, leave. Are are you are you shocked that more people's over here than not Bobby? That fake fart is not near as entertaining as me, not near as enjoyable as me. Amon is not Bobby from New York or something. Sometimes how he talks, I think he's from Northern California, if you know what I mean. I don't like him. He sucks farts. This Gatorade commercial, if anybody just saw that, is very interesting to me. That is a very interesting commercial for anyone who just saw that. Yeah, Dale. I'll just say it like this. I'll put it like this. Um, there's a whole agenda behind that. By the way, if you look at Gatorade and what's in Gatorade, it's not the healthiest stuff in the world. Uh, I know several people who has stocked up on Gatorade, uh, and they were like, "What's you know why's my sugar high?" Well, I can tell you. Look on the back of that label. I can tell you why. Anyway, looks like they kicked the ball out of bounds. Did they kick the ball out of bounds? No, they kicked it in. That was a really, really. you're you're crazy. That's wrong. It's funny, but it's wrong. This man right here just made one of the greatest comments. It, it was truthful. Other people would say it was mean, and they definitely put him in diversity training. But it's the truth. Parker Henderson over here says Bobby Durkins has went global. I've always been global. You never know this, but a lot of ethnic women loves me. All right, TCU ran the ball for about a 3-yard gain. That is, you can tell TCU doesn't know what's hit them so far, and they can thank the Ohio State for that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, Ohio State, they could mess up a good ice cream party. Duggins is back. He's going up top. He's going long. He's got a man wide flipping open spot. Hit the spin button. Wow. Whoa. Wow. I'm going to tell you this: when you line up against Georgia or an SEC team, especially. Okay, let me rephrase that. To me, most of the SEC is inconsistent football. I know SECers, you're screaming SEC, SEC. Well, let me ask you this: other than Georgia, Bama, and wow, what a play call! What a flipping play call! Wow, they showed the replay. It's amazing. Good flipping grief. Um, other than Georgia, Tennessee, and Bama, the rest of the SEC is inconsistent. You mean LSU? Yeah, yeah, they are. They're very inconsistent. I mean, you can chalk it up to it's LSU's head coach Brian Kelly's first year, but they're very inconsistent. I mean, for Tennessee to lose by what 28 points, something like that, 25 points to a South Carolina team that yeah they beat Clemson by 1 point. Good job for you. Glad you can put that in your baby book because it rarely happens. But for Tennessee to lose like that to them, it's inconsistent. For South Carolina to lose to that Missouri team or that Florida team, forget that it's the Gators. The Gators were terrible this year. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. And I think they're going to be terrible next year. Chase Henderson makes a great point. Vandy is always consistently bad. Now, they are consistently bad. You're 100% right. I'm going to tell you right now, I trust them boys to do operation on me. I don't trust them with football. I don't trust them with football. And what is it? What is it with them always trying to hire defensive coaches? Why don't they just hire? Why don't they find Chris Peterson or somebody like him and get him out there coaching? I'm going to go fix me a plate of for dinner. I'm gonna get me something to eat. Is that okay with you? It's very tiring. Talking to two screens. Cause I'm live streaming on both channels. I'm Bobby and I'm not Bobby. Oh, I'm on my laptop as Bobby Durkins and I'm on my phone as not Bobby. Because I'm bouncing between both channels. It's really silly. Tell me about it. That's the first good play they had. Oh yeah, it's still live right now. Yeah, I'm hungry. What are these dainty delectables? Okay. Is he close? They have to score a touchdown here. Food ain't ready. All right, 3rd down and 1. Duggins keeps it. He marches in. Touchdown. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking. You have to score a touchdown here. The sad thing is, TCU gave up 2 drives to give them a 10 now to 6 lead. TCU has got. Listen, I believe TCU can score. Okay, I believe TCU can score. I just don't know about TCU's defense. They're going to have to make some changes. They're going to have to make some. I know that you would expect paying $1 million a year, something like that, to a coach to do some of this stuff, and it's Tell you what always floors me. We got somebody's coach, they've been paid so much money, and they come up and they go, I don't know why y'all so hard on us. It's hard to do this. It's like, that's why they pay you so much money. If you ain't good at your job, give it up. I've I was talking to an individual about they tell me that Mike Bobo, the former Georgia quarterback, I think he was a coordinator at Georgia. He's coached at some other schools. I think he was head coach at Colorado State. I mean, he's been everywhere. He was at University of South Carolina. But out of the 14 teams in the SEC, he's coached at eight. He was hired somewhere today as an offensive coordinator, I believe Mississippi State, and they said that um he was hired at Mississippi State, and he has now coached at 8 of the 14 teams. Now these guys make so much money. Don't you feel sorry for them? We don't need to get personal and talk about them being SOBs and talk bad about their family or their children. We don't need to, talk crap to their kids, stuff like that. But these guys, a lot of them are ultra arrogant. They are ultra arrogant, and it's because they have hit really the jackpot. They can go out and make $500,000, $1 million. Some of them, if to get in one program who's dumb enough to pay them even more, they'll pay them, million and a half, $2 million a year to be a coordinator, and they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they can draw out plays, explain why they do what they do, but at the end of it, the outcome is they lose. So what that means is you just have a playbook full of crap, and you're being paid well for it. So that just sounds like being smart to me. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. That just sounds like somebody is smart. Hey, if you dupe all these people with PhD beside their names, why not? Sounds fun to me. Pay me, baby. Pay me. Oh, man. Got Roll Tide in here. Roll Tide Road. Well, they ain't playing in it. I can go ahead and tell you that. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and do something here. I'm going to see how this goes. I might go ahead and cut off. I'm going to go spend time with my family. Love spending time with my precious, precious family. Precious family. Georgia's returning the ball. Get up to about 29-yard line, 30-yard line. I bet he got a truck. Daddy pays him good. What y'all doing over there? I see a bunch of you in here. Got 20 people in here, 20 thumbs up. I started off with about 90 people. And I think once they found out I didn't have the game on. Hey, Bobby, where do we find the game? You tell me where we find the game. On TV, that's where you find the game. There's the ball out to McConkey. 10-yard game. It is so funny to watch them do what they're doing. Look at Munkin. Munkin is calling his wife or whoever. Can everybody still hear me? On this side, especially. Parker Anderson, you're over here now? You're over here now? I'm sorry, y'all like toddlers and you're switching up where you're at? Look at that handoff. Oh my God. A lineman just got loose on the corner for Georgia and just literally destroyed a cornerback. They need to check that corner and make sure he's not dead. They didn't knock him into next week. And folks, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I hate what happened to Damar Hamlin, but I am not going to stop saying stuff like that, because it's what happened to him was not his hit, and we all know that. It was a little something that made mandatory by the NFL. And it might take 10 or 20 years for that to come out, but it's the truth. Is the food ready? Okay. Food is ready. Well, folks, I tell you this. I am going to cut this off. I'm going to go downstairs, hang out with my family. Well, you know what? I might leave it and come back here and there. But I'm going to eat some dinner. Might bring a plate up here. My wife made spaghetti. Hold on. I'm staying on. Oh, he throws a long putt. Look at that touchdown. Wow. Well, but I was figuring about staying on, but I think I'm probably going to cut it off now. Wow. Todd Monken. Folks, if my last words to you on either channel is one thing, or my last words that I would tell you, whoever you hire as your offensive coordinator, whoever you hired as your defensive coordinator, and if they're allowed to make the hires that they need to make, that means something. And right here, that is proving it, because if Georgia had a crappy offensive coordinator, it doesn't matter how big they are, it doesn't matter who they recruit, you have to call the plays to get the ball to whoever. And I am telling you right now, Todd Monken is the man. He's very good at what he does. He is he should be, after this game, probably should be the highest paid coordinator, non-head coach in the country. If Georgia is dumb enough not to pay him more money, and you may say, well, you know, he is paid $2 million. Pay him for. I am sitting here watching a man pick apart a team. And if you're a Clemson fan and you have any brains, you'll realize that Swinney could go out and hire a brilliant offensive mind with and throw them the keys to hire whoever they needed to hire to develop the players under them to ensure their scheme would come to fruition. But they will not do it. Clemson will not do it. And that's why Georgia's in the national championship. And from what I'm watching, they're about to win number 2 in a row. And if they keep the majority of their staff and develop their players like it seems like, they'll most likely win another national championship, or at least be in the true, legitimate running for it next year. So, you know, good luck to us Clemson fans having to sit and watch that. But Georgia's the real deal here. Pulling for TCU, hope they're going to have to. That's the thing with TCU; they're going to have to score literally every drive because their defense can't stop Georgia. Their defensive style, to me, running a 3-3-5 would be the equivalent of saying, "Oh, we run a dime defense." Excuse me? Yeah, we run a dime defense. What do you mean? Are you run a dime defense? Well, that's our style. We run a dime defense. I just I think saying that you are specifically a 3-3-5 is just interesting. Notice that the defense that Georgia's running right now. Now TCU is starting to get a little more spunk about them. That's good. That's good. The thing is, TCU's defense, mainly their coordinator and their positions coaches, they need to be figuring out what to do right now because they can't stop Georgia. They couldn't stop Georgia if you put a gun to their crotch. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's quite obvious. Okay, a second down and 3. It's on TCU. Just go ahead and get the first down. They got the first down. Good job. Good job. Good play call. Got their big tight end out there in a mismatch. Yeah, he had a cornerback who could run him down if he wanted to. Okay, great. But the thing is, even though that guy may be 6 feet tall and 220 pounds and he's fast as lightning, the truth is that's a mismatch because of the body size. Good luck trying to tackle that. They just sacked Duggan. He had time. He had time. That was a coverage sack. If I've ever seen one, that's a coverage sack. I might come back on a little later, but I think I'm gonna roll at this point. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for the first 60 minutes of the national championship. Georgia right now is up 17-7. I expect that to grow. I expect them to be hoisting a trophy up in Athens, Georgia. And as long as they can keep their what type of play call was that? That looks like a Clemson play call. They're too fast to call that screen crap. That might work against West Virginia. That's not going to work against Georgia. I mean that may work against Baylor. When you're scheming for a defense, and I'm going to say this, I don't care if I played football or if I didn't play football or if I did this or did that or whatsoever. You always have to come back to the original question of does it flipping make sense? If you're playing a team who is really good at stopping the run and you have the ability to pass the ball, I ask you, why are you trying to run the ball? Well, we're trying to play a balanced game plan. Dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Win the game. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if your kicker leans over and farts the ball out his tail down the field to your wide open wide receiver. I could care less. Just win the game. All right, y'all. I'm just gonna shut this off because I ain't been talking over here that much. I didn't mean to neglect you. You know, y'all good people. Lord help you. But I'm done. I'm gonna go eat, and it looks like Georgia's about to break their foot off in TCU's tail. So I'm over there. Could you keep showing up? I'll keep showing out. Be sure to support the channel. Bye. Yeah, I am cutting this off. Unfortunately, it's just so obvious that Georgia has overmatched them. I stick with this again as I'm closing down this channel because you have to go through a lot, believe it or not, to make sure everything's turned off. And I always try to clean up and make sure everything is, yeah, a-okay. Um, but I really don't like a defense. Um, I really don't like a defense being um, uh, we're a 3-3 uh, 4 or a 3-4 defense or 3-3-5. I really don't like that. To me, it's one of those things to where it would be. Um, let's just take it on offense. Imagine on offense, uh, you're not going to run a 3-3-5 on the 4 yard line against a team, especially who has the power to run. Why? Because by the time your linebackers meets the line, they've already got uh, momentum, and I think that's something that we need to really uh, focus on. And Chase makes a great point there. The problem is you recruit to your scheme, and you're right. The problem is what happens if you recruit to your scheme and your scheme gets you to the playoff game or gets you to the national championship, and you play a team who is a complete team, and they beat the crap out of you. Um, Look at that. Georgia knows the pass is coming. Look at that. Up and under. I like that. I like that. Now it's going to be at about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I think they're going to go for it. Are they going for it? O lineman getting physical. Okay, it's 4th and 6. I think they're going to punt. Chase says he'd go for it. I'm in between on that. Oh, they're going to punt. Their defense better know something. They better know something. Punted the ball. The ball's going to be down at about the 8-yard line. The ball's down at the 8-yard line. Did you see that they have which Chase would know this better than I would, but I think that's an MRI machine right there off to the side. Folks, for any of you who thinks that college football is not a business, having that MRI machine. I know they're at an NFL stadium there, but having that off to the side, X-ray. Yes, thank you. Look at this. Hands the ball off. That's the best they've done against the job against the run all night, and that's about a 3-yard pickup. Um, right there, that proves that it's. I guess you could say that's an invalid point because they're at an NFL stadium, but they are consistently ready to take care of these players. And hey, good, that's wonderful. But I'm telling you, if the money's not pouring in, you can't have that same service there. Uh, Look, Bowers is in motion, face handoff. Look at that, throws it. Guess who's it to? Hey, folks. Hey, TCU. Newsflash: McConkey and Bowers, especially Bowers, is who they're going to tonight. Don't lose them. If you lose them, you deserve to lose the game. Oh, I wonder who's. Look at that. 3 players running with a player who probably won't see the ball the majority of the evening. I got him. I got him. I got him. And then Bowers. Look at that. All the time in the world to throw. Bowers again. Wow. How stupid do you have to be? Where is Brock Bowers? Where's Brock Bowers? Where's he at? You're paid millions of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars into millions of dollars to figure out where I think he's a true sophomore who has been burning it up for 2 consecutive years, and he already has 78 yards on you with 12 minutes left in the first half. You don't know where he's at? There's 4A high schools in the state of South Carolina who has defensive coordinators who would have sat down as soon as TCU won their game last week and said, "Hey, just want to let you know, Brock Bowers, point of emphasis, Brock Bowers, Brock Bowers." Those guys would have went to sleep thinking of Brock Bowers. Apparently, they've never heard of him. They don't even know what number he wears. Yeah, there he is. They're circling it on the screen. Here's Brock Bowers. Where's Brock? You see that? Uh, yeah, Hodges Tomlinson, the Jim Thorpe Award winner, is on a Georgia player. Defended it well. Yeah, one thing okay, so the one-handed catches are really cool when it's the only way to catch the football. But right there for me, the guy did not even try to extend the other arm. And I see a lot of guys do this all the time now. I mean, they go up for a pass and they're trying to one arm it to make the ESPN highlights. It's like, dude, your job is not to look cool. Your job is to catch the flipping football. Grow a brain. Look at that. They let Stetson Bennett outside. He's going to get first down and more. Drill him. I like how he gets up and he's so cocky. I mean, hey, he's going to win another national championship. He will not do that stuff in the NFL. I'll promise you that. He will not do that stuff in the NFL. It will be bad. He might get a touchdown or two here or there, but I'm talking about long term. They'll be going, hey, dude, if you don't want to end up in the ICU, don't do that anymore. Snaps the ball, hands the ball off. I mean, TCU, have they blown the whistle? Okay, they finally came in with the whistle blown. Well, this is crazy stuff. All right, I said I was going to get off of here a long time ago, and I'm still on here, but I appreciate everybody hopping on here, checking this out. This is just it just blows me away that coaches are paid so much. They are paid so much money. I mean, consider the job you do, even if you got a really good job. And then the Georgia basically got a first down there. And then the entire excuses that you hear, and my thoughts are, if you really do have that many excuses and that many variables, why are we paying you so much? Why are coaches paid so much? Also, that gives certain coaches that's the reason they're so arrogant and so confident. They know that even if they get fired, they've been paid so much money that it really doesn't matter. So they'll say whatever they want to say to the media. Let's just imagine this. We'll just say head coaches. Let's just say a head coach, instead of making $5 million a year, he made 250. Okay, 250 is solid. All right, I'm not taking away from that. But let's just say that 250. Look at this. Georgia's going to score the other touchdown. This is so funny. This is so flipping funny. Knoxville says, and then you get paid on the way out the door. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Uh, the more and more money that gets involved, it it ruins everything. And I'm a card carrying capitalist. I want to make as much money as I can. I don't want the government doing any of this or that. Look at this touchdown again. Oh, he is jogging in. Stetson Bennett is jogging in. I want you to think about this. Stetson Bennett will win a national champion, two national championships. Trevor Lawrence won one, should have won two, but he just didn't have the coaching. Too many friends and family on the field or on the coaching sidelines. Deshaun Watson only won one, but Stetson Bennett will win two. But hey, good for him. Good for him. Good for Georgia. Georgia fans should Georgia fans right now has a very bright future. The only other team who has a bright future right now, as bright as Georgia, is Alabama, because Nick Saban is still sucking wind. So, all right, I'm finally going to go and go eat dinner. Appreciate everybody jumping on here. You take care. You have a good night, and